back in the podcast show. She's going to ask me some questions about interesting topic. Let her ask it.
Thank you. So, today we want to talk about a topic that is a little bit personal, but I think a lot of people...
story, secret. I'm about to share that. You know what I mean?
A lot of people might be interested in it because if they are already digital entrepreneurs or whether they are thinking about becoming digital entrepreneurs, they might be interested in learning more about your personal development and how led to loneliness in some instances.
Yeah, a lot of people can't handle loneliness. I can see that.
Yeah, I guess what we want to know from you is, did you choose to be lonely sometimes?
Hell yeah.
Or did loneliness happen just because you had to put in the work and you didn't have time for anything else? Or can people manage the loneliness in case they might not really want to be lonely, but still, they want to become digital entrepreneurs, they want to build a career, they want to build a business. So, maybe you can talk about the challenges of being lonely, but also the benefits, of course, of loneliness.
I got
so,
that.
yeah, so
definitely. So, I choose to be lonely because when I realized when you have to handle a lot of things, like even relationships, like I really went hard, like to a level, like told my parents, talk to like once a month. This is back in 2014 when I just knew SEO, got a client, but didn't really know how to rank a site and really go about doing it. So even the talking to the parents, all listening, what about happening in the world, no news, no nothing. I did not know a world is existing, right? And even the relationship I broke up, and then I just decided I just need to go all in with this. So I chose to do that. So because then I realized that's my path.
Yeah.
When you want to build a business, so what I wanted was, how can I become a digitally skilled person? I chose SEO because I had the inspiration. I wanted to become one day a real nomad, travel, see the world, get my life under control, build a business. So I chose that path. So when I chose that path, it gave my everything. Initially, when I tried to balance relationships, parents, or anything, so parents are not even a thing. Even the talking time, going about long calls, friends, I cut it down. So I chose to be lonely in the sense, I call it solitude. It's not even a loneliness. So it's solitude, but when you really work, the brain chemicals start to come, like you tend to feel it, I had times I would work all day long, and when I actually meet up, when I was renting the places I was staying, I'll go downstairs just to talk with the people, like the kitchen. I couldn't even talk. I would work that much, I would struggle. So I was that isolated to get the skills. That's how I got really good at SEO in a shorter time. Learn SEO, how it works, the backlink, reading, learning to write, learning to like the selling. I really went about in the YouTube and everything, how to sell, what are the dynamics, the psychology of selling, how to build a business. So I choose to be in solitude, I would call. It's not even a loneliness and the stuff, but the loneliness start to feel when you do not go out or meet people for weeks and even months when it comes. So it get like a thing you start feeling like in a heaviness on the self. So I did a little bit of a thing, would go to salsa, dance a little bit. I would go, however, my mind was on the goal. My mind was on the mission. So I would be back soon. And I really cut down friends, cousins, or anybody. I couldn't even go to my cousin brother's. I think it was back in 2014 or so. I was building. I couldn't even go to his wedding. He's like, you coming? He's like, I'm like the closest he had here. I didn't even go. Like, it's that at extreme that I choose to be alone and to go and do it, because later I had the benefits that I could spend some time with them, right? So I choose that path to be by myself, complete solitude, feeling lonely in the sense like you will get to feel that thing like in the parties, like when you keep on doing like that, isolated and not going, when you go to the socials, it's really strong. I've seen moments I need to warm up when I go to a club, I can't talk to a person. I'm not a part. So it has its own things. But if you want to become a real entrepreneur, build something in life, be skilled, learn a skill, become a real nomad, like be good at any chosen path, you sometimes better off if you can have that self. Don't worry about loneliness. It's going to come, it's going to hit. You can balance it out a little bit, maybe associating your closest people, maybe the family member, your person, your partner, or the wife or your husband or anything. That's actually fine. But other things, who's going to talk about drama, what's happening in the world, it's irrelevant for you. Later you will have time to do that. Later when you have time, you realize that's not even relevant anymore, because you have such an awesome life built.
Yeah, I think what you're trying to say is that people need to make decisions, don't they? Sometimes tough decisions, because to build a business, and we've seen this even with big entrepreneurs who really made it, they even say, you know, I work so many hours every week. To build something, you have to invest the time, right? And you have to make those sacrifices, I guess, initially, but you can't do that for years on end, because you will need to also look after yourself and your personal life, your private life, right? So some people might want to start a family or something, then they cannot sacrifice that.
There is an opportunity cost. There is an opportunity cost. I'm like, if you really want to build, you gotta really do it, because
but look at other entrepreneurs.
No, they can balance it out. Some people can balance it out. So the thing is, like, not everybody's going to feel lonely or anything. Right? So if you have all these, because in my case, I didn't have those skills. I was working, I was trained to do certain things. I thought I could get up to do a job or anything. Literally not having any digital skills actually to do so. Not from a young age. I even started using a PC very late in the life really. So totally different lifestyle. So, but if you want something, even for people who are maybe old, maybe you want to do it later, you can find your way to do that. And if you are complaining, if you're lonely or you don't have time, like loneliness or you don't have time, right? So if somebody's studying, but there are enough of stories who people managed successfully, done it, did everything. That's the real part, like family, relationship, business, sports, career, learning languages. Some people have really crushed it, I would say.
I think it also depends on how organized you are and what a quick learner you are as well, right? So some people it takes longer, for some people it's faster. Like, you know, if you're a genius like Elon Musk, I guess
I think he
you learn
definitely
it
talk
quickly.
about like
but he of course put all the time.
So this is what it comes down to. So for people who actually want to build something, they are like, oh, I feel actually lonely or anything. So even if you have a family, if you are doing this thing, even though they have around, it's like you are going on that mission, right? So you are going to feel different things. But
it would be good to have people who support you and who are there with you on the journey. And you know, I think a lot of entrepreneurs talk about that experience as well, of having a supportive family, having supportive partners and friends who also, you know, accept the fact that maybe they can't call you every minute of the day, but they know that and they respect that, and they know that you will call back when you're ready to call back, right?
I mean, I told that part like that. Parents and the stuff.
I'll call back these days. I need some focus time. And
so I guess what people probably want to know then, so now that you've shared your experiences, what is your advice for people who might feel lonely, who might struggle with loneliness maybe? What can they do to overcome maybe, you know, feeling depressed, or even if they get to a point...
Take a cold water shower, you know? No, like depression is really like...
No, but if they feel, okay, I'm putting in all this work and somehow my business isn't growing, or they're getting frustrated or something, and they're, you know, like, don't you think that networking is also an important part of
really good. Networking is really good with like-minded winners.
So
if you network with the wrong people who are also going to cry with you about how hard it is and everything, how he doesn't have the time, it's like the thing. I try to network. Networking is fine, but try to build yourself. But I'm a person, I see it like you have a lot of power within. Even if you're ever listening to this video, what I can never say is like, have that willingness, have that willpower to put in the time and learn and get good. And then when you even network, you network to add value, right? Not to get from there. You don't want to network because you want some support, because you're lonely. Come on, man, you'll lose if you want that. Trust me. Like, I mean, that's what I can feel like, because these are not the people I'm looking for even. I'm like, because people got to really, it's a hard path, entrepreneurship and all. Because you're going to have a lot of, but I'm saying this, you're going to have a lot of challenges sometimes when you actually start building. So not just the building part by yourself, when you actually build a business, what happens is like this: you can't pay salaries. Where you going to find the money? How pressured you are. Like, you're going to get extreme pressureful moments, like about your life and everything, where you have to, because it's like a muscle. A lot of people like if you're weak, you cannot handle stress. A lot of billionaires and people talk about how you adaptable and you can be. It's a training by putting yourself. You put yourself and face it and gain the momentum and good up. You might feel depressed because your chemicals are going to go down, right? You'll have to push yourself to go to the gym, work it out, get the right hormones, do the cold water shower. Because people are like, well, how is a cold water shower or doing something rewarding? So if you run or do exercises, when your dopamine goes up, your mind is automatically give that winner's feeling, and the more feeling. So these are the activities that you can do if you're feeling lonely or anything. You don't have to seek alcohol or wrong networking, wrong relationship, wrong people to facilitate your loneliness. So that's the wrong part. If you're going into that path, oh, I feel actually lonely, so I might as, because I had that thing. I had people who were just like, bro, come on, let's drink it up. I had all those people that I could just drink it up on Friday and Saturday night and go out and the stuff. So I decided to even go out alone. I just go out alone and just like that, dance, meet some people or just chat, and I'm out, right? So I decided group wise going out actually wasn't catering my mission thing. But there comes a time you can do all this thing. But at the time when you want to build the business, now I have the time, right? When the teams are built, people are running, all those things, you're a stronger person, you have the self-confidence and everything. You're not going to feel lonely, because actually why I build a business is to have more people to never feel lonely even at a later stage. That's why I build businesses, and anybody who you're building a business, that's why if you build a business the right way, as a tribe, you're not going to feel lonely or anything ever. However, during your journey, when you're taking that journey, when you're on the path of building, on the path of like doing something, gaining your expertise. However, in the other hand, if you already had the experience from a childhood, building a family business, you're most probably not going to feel it. Because people are not going to have it, because they already have the skill set, already gone with time. But in my case, after uni, doing jobs that I never liked and went about, never satisfied with what I was doing. So I'm like, I need to learn how to sell, how to do SEO, how to get a client, how to sell, how to make a client happy, all those things. Then one side I learned, I had to train the people how to get them. So one-man show initially doing like a freelancer, and then a couple of people virtually based. And then how did I crack the loneliness? Opening office in Canary Wharf, having some people, crazy people, going to a happy hour drink. I thought Wolf of Wall Street lifestyle would be good. So no loneliness after that,
Okay. So I guess what you're telling people out there is that you want them to basically focus on their business as much as they can, and really decide who to socialize with, what people to even hire, be very selective in what you choose to do when you spend time outside of your business. Even networking for your business should be selective as well. Really think about what is your focus, what do you want to get out of the networking. Don't just randomly network, like have a goal in mind when you do it, when you meet people. And for example, on with ClickDo, we focus on that as well. So if you go, for example, to London Business News, you will see that there we publish articles about London business events where people can really network with the same audience, the same people in the same niche, in the same industry. And that's what really also that's what really gets
adding one thing to that one, I can actually say, if you're really a person, maybe some circumstances, right? So like maybe you're living in not even a city, very rural area, you feel like your mind is like really alone. Ideally, it's really good if you have, I've written some articles about like how to forge relationships, or it's like a partner or a lover or a relationship. You can also find a person in the similar path that's beneficial. That actually can help you save some time. But I didn't have it at that time. I had a little bit, not really. Then I decided, okay, it's not, I had to go all in by myself to gain the skills. But if you have also a person who are thriving together, that's lovely. Maybe that's a solution. If you can figure it out, get both people on the same path, your partner or the lover or the person you're spending the most time with, also the time, it's going to support you to really help in a lot of things. The food and the company, take a walk, talking about the goals and the dreams, that helps. But however, it is two different paths. If the person is definitely doing something, you have your time that you have to put yourself maybe late in the night. Maybe when they are not around, you have to put 10, 12, 13, 14 hours of your time to gain the skills, build the business, build the process, build the systems, and to go about it, because that's vital, because that's how you will eventually build something. Once you build it, you're going to have people, and you'll have no loneliness at all. And then you will wish you were lonely.
I guess what Fernando's trying to say is like, even with the, if you don't have a partner when you start your business or your digital entrepreneur journey, then, you know, finding a partner, I guess, would help to have a partner who is supportive of what you do, even perhaps in the same industry, in the same
That would be good,
niche,
like digital nomad, digital
having the
entrepreneurs.
same
And
interests. And
I wrote an
stuff
article
like
on Fernando Raymond. I think it's live actually. You can check it out. How digital nomads and digital digital entrepreneurs should forge a relationship with the similar path people, and it's really fun that way. So maybe a topic that I'll talk in the next video.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I hope you took something away from what Fernando has shared about his own digital entrepreneur journey and the loneliness he experienced. As he explained, some of it was selected, so he chose to be lonely and in solitude at some times, and sometimes it might not have been his choice, but then there are always ways that you can, you know, connect with people. I mean, nowadays it's easy. It's as easy as never before. You know, you just go on the internet. There are so many channels where you can actually meet people, and you also started some Facebook groups as well. So that helped you connect with
virtually
people.
I had a lot of people that are actually part of the thing, so I should have the virtual people. But like for the loneliness and all, overall topic, toughen up yourself. Think good times are gonna come. Goods are gonna come. More the sacrifice you put right now by being in solitude and actually build up something. Being an expert, that's what comes down to. Get your knowledge, be an expert. Future life is gonna be really amazing. It's gonna be a party. That's how it is.
Okay, thank you, Fernando.
see you back in the next video.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.